everyone. I'm Mary Fain Brandt, the host of this show, Bite-Sized Tips for Busy Entrepreneurs. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Seinfeld episode. It's a little of this and a little of that, a little business, a little personal, and a lot of jean jacket today. It's summertime, and I'm just kind of having fun with the last couple episodes. Mike O'Neill and we did our favorite tech gadgets, and that was a big hit. There'll be some more posts about that and where we get our favorite tech gadgets. That'll be coming out later this week. And then today's show is with Amy. Let me tell you about how we met. Let me put these on. So I wear glasses to read, and you see that glare? I hate that glare. And Amy was telling us, I made a comment, how do you not have glare on your glasses? And she's like, I can help you with that. So we started a conversation over on LinkedIn. She was on a friend's show, and I just liked her energy, what she was talking about. And so we emailed each other after the commenting. That led to a Zoom call. And on that Zoom call, we realized we had a lot in common. One of them, again, is our love for our jean jackets. So I said, you know what? You've got to come on the show. We've got to talk about business, your business, my business, and how all businesses should have a give back component from day one. Hi, everyone. I'm Mary Fain Brandt, CEO and Chief Connector over here at Mary Fain Brandt Coaching and Consulting, where I interview savvy business owners to help you grow and scale your business with ease. Now, Amy is the founder and inventor of Mood Modular. She's actually going to be showing you some of her stuff, and it's pretty fabulous. She knows how to create spaces that sell. So even in your home offices, why not create a space that sells to your viewers? One day, live events will be coming back, right? Please. Amy knows how to translate your brand and client experience to a profitable selling stage for you. Now, you guys know how we do this. It's 30 minutes, 3 tips, but guess what? Today, we've got a bonus tip. So, we're going to be talking about everything worth doing takes time, why visuals matter. You know, I got to clean up this visual back here. Building your power of confidence, and maybe it's just putting on a jean jacket that gives you that confidence, and why you need to give back all the time and make it part of your business plan from day one. Now, before we get started, I want to give a big shout out to StreamYard, who is a sponsor of Bite-Sized Tips for Busy Entrepreneurs. And StreamYard is so easy. Literally push a button to go live. If this girl can do it, you can too. I'll drop my link over in the comments in just a bit. If you're interested in using StreamYard, you can give it a whirl. It's super easy. You can also like brand everything, so it's super fun to use. Let's bring Amy up on stage. Hello.
Hello. Thank you so much, Mary, for having me. And fantastic jean jacket, by the way.
Right. And I like yours too. That your jean jacket, when we got on that Zoom, I was like, oh yeah, jean jackets never go out of style.
They don't. And it's all about building up those classic pieces that can carry you into different seasons and different decades, actually. So
Right. I love myself a good jean jacket. Now, Amy, why don't you tell first off, where are you located at again?
I actually reside in Eau Claire, Wisconsin, which is about 98 miles east of Minneapolis, St. Paul. So
Oh, okay, nice, very nice. And why don't you? I mean, I know who you are and what you do, but I always like the audience to understand a little bit about your journey. Like, how did you land into this industry? And I know we're going to show some of your amazing pieces in just a little bit, but if you just want to give everyone like a little history of what makes Amy Amy and how you got started.
absolutely. So I have always been kind of in that creative world. I wanted to be a designer, an artist, all that types of things. My dad is the first person to teach me how to weld. I loved working my hands and seeing a thought come to fruition. So after high school, went to Denver, Colorado, got my degree in industrial design, and the rest is kind of history. I spent 15 years in the center industry doing retail design and visual merchandising, which encompasses that whole 360 degree world that we live in, and understanding how marketing works, and in the whole human psychology of things. And that's really where I started to develop my modular display systems, which were actually meant to replace myself in the shopping center industry. And talking about giving back, Mary, if it wasn't for giving back to my parents and becoming their primary caregiver through their final journey of life here, I would have probably never taken that idea that I crafted after 5 years and 50,000 miles of travel under my belt, where I created and thought about this 360-degree modular display. And today we use them at trade shows. People use them in their office environments. We're really, today is a new modern day business. And as much as we want to get back, and we are getting back to those live events, we also need to remember that this platform isn't going anywhere. So
Absolutely.
there it is.
Hybrid online events and hybrid events are here to stay.
Mhm.
In-person live events are slowly making a comeback. I know there was a social media week in Lima happened last week, and a lot of my colleagues were there, but it's slowly coming back. But I'm a big proponent that hybrid events, so those that don't want to travel or can't travel, they still have the option of attending. So we will forever see a hybrid ticket available for some of those bigger conferences. But and maybe you're putting on, like right now we're doing a live show. There's no reason why you can't brand your surroundings. So I know we're going to get into that, but I wanted to touch on that point. You said if it wasn't for if you hadn't had to take care of your parents, this might not have happened.
Mhm. Absolutely.
we have that in common. I never wanted to be a business owner. My dad owned his own real estate appraising business, and it was feast or famine. Things were great, buy whatever you want. We're starving. I don't know if I can pay the mortgage. It was always this. And
Sure.
I saw my dad go through that. And I was like, I worked for him for a little bit. And I was like, no, too much, too many hats, too much stress. Let me go punch that time clock. I work, I get a paid vacation, right? I always thought that was the dream.
Mhm.
And ironically, I had worked my way up and I was making, a very decent salary with 5 weeks vacation time because I was a good negotiator and I had a pool to swim in. I had lunch for free every day at a private school in La Jolla. And I thought, this is the dream. And then my mom got sick and my dream shifted. And the only reason I started my business was so I could have flexibility and be there for my mom. So very parallel.
Very much so. And it was one of those interesting things. So the last 5 years of the shopping center industry, I was actually contracted. And so I actually was, and I actually always wanted to be an entrepreneur. I always wanted to be a business owner. I just didn't know how and what that looked like. So that was always really interesting to me. And when I suspended my contracts back in November of 2008, little did I know as I was getting ready to reinvent myself that my primary position moving forward was actually going to be a primary caregiver for my parents and understanding and learning everything there was about the end of life and really everything there was about Lewy body dementia and what that really looked like. And through that process, I took the big leap and said, hey, why don't we take this little idea and see if we can't bring it to fruition? So,
I love that. I was just getting the link for Lisa wanted to join us. And LinkedIn doesn't make it easy because we go live on our profile, although it's easier now because the background banner actually turns into like the movie screen. So
ooh,
that's pretty, yeah, is pretty darn cool. But I just thought that I would go ahead and drop that link, let everyone know where we're live on my
absolutely.
profile.
Well, what we
Can
were
I
talking
talk
about,
and type?
talk and type, and the thing is we were talking about before we did come on live how technology is incredible and great, and we all love it when it works. So,
When it works. And God knows I love technology. I love trying new things. I mean, I started going live on Facebook when it, was a thing when you could. But I also get nervous around it. It still freaks me out. Like, oh my God, what if it doesn't work? But, everything takes time to learn, to understand, to make improvements. And that is like one of the things that we want to talk about. Um, is all good things take time. Do you want to share about how that tip, why it's so important that you share this tip with the audience?
for me, it's a really important tip these days because the more clients that I do that whole staging and framing of setting your stage when you're on a virtual platform, whether it's presenting or you're just showing up for a happy hour with colleagues or you're trying to close a sale, you really need to have that staging and framing set to add to your credibility and confidence and all those things. And I get a lot of questions and a lot of feedback in the fact that, oh, that sounds like it takes a lot of time. And my response is, but aren't you worth putting in that time? And isn't your audience worth the time you put in? Because anything worth doing takes time. Life takes time. It takes time to get out of bed in the morning. It takes time to, you know, be healthy. It also takes time to be unhealthy. You're either going to spend that time in the gym or working on meal prepping or, finding,
Right.
better, healthier lifestyles, or you're going to find yourself in the doctor's office. It all takes time, and anything worth doing takes time. And if we get out of our own way and realize that when we take the time to set the stage and to the audience in which we're presenting in front of, that only adds to the deeper relationship we're building with them because we thought about them, not us. So we're really taking that time for them, not us.
Thank you, Martin, for joining us. I got to put this up. LinkedIn does not make it easy, you guys, right? It's on my profile. So I'll create an event and people are like, I'm on the event. Where is it? But Martin, you made it. Thanks for finding it and not giving up. You are the best. Let's see. We've got Kimbra. We can't become who we would like to be while we're still being who we are. So that goes back to my leadership days, right? You can't have a new beginning until you have an ending. So people, and I'm just going to take a relationship. You can't have a new relationship with the significant other, right? Like a boyfriend, we'll say high school boyfriend or something, college. You can't have a new boyfriend until you end it with the previous one, because that is not a new beginning. That's a hot mess if you're with both of them.
Absolutely. So, Kimbra.
So glad I made it. I know there's a lot of value here. Well, thank you very much, Martin. So when we're talking about, it takes time for things to fruition. It takes time for us to learn. It takes time for us to adjust. There's a couple analogies, and you used one, being healthy or unhealthy. You have a choice. Learning golf. I'm still learning. I don't play enough, but it takes time. But I do make contact with the ball now, like every time almost. So that is great.
That's awesome.
Right? And businesses, people think that, they might, I have people that go, oh my gosh, you're killing it, Mare, which I'm doing okay. Yeah. But they're like, you're everywhere. How do you do it? I'm like, well, it took time to set up these procedures, to set my stage so I can go live on Wednesdays, and I'm managing my clients and I'm having my family time. Where's my cat? Where's my kitten? My new kitten. But it takes time to figure things out. And I want to make sure that people understand there is no such thing as overnight success. I call bullshit. Okay. Big bullshit on that. When you see someone say, get 6 figures in 30 days, I call bullshit. You have probably been working in your business for 5 years, maybe 2, whatever, but you've invested your resources, one of them being your time, to make that happen. And I think a lot of times we see people on social media and we're like, oh my God, they have it all together. It's perfect. I'm here to tell you guys, it's not perfect. It's a learning experience every single day right here. I like to keep it authentic and real.
Absolutely. And if people are feeling as though it is, oh, well, no, it is that perfect for me and blah, blah, blah. You're lying to yourself and you're not pushing hard enough. You're staying within your little comfort zone, and then nothing is really growing.
Kimbra said, hi, Amy. Lisa, we are persistent, if not precisely on time. Yeah. And I think we have to be okay with time not working out how we plan it. That's something that I had to learn later in life, like, probably 6 years ago. We have our timeline, and then I always say God has his timeline. So I've just learned, like, okay, that something gets canceled, there's a reason for it. Something doesn't work out, there's a reason for it. And I'm not going to put all my energy in. I put a little. I'm not perfect. I'm going to get frustrated. I'm going to have a whining fit, and then I'm going to move on.
We're human. Right? We're human. It happens.
Behind the scenes. And I like that saying. I'm going to use that. Things look different behind the scenes and under the filters. I really like that saying.
That is a really good one, Martin. Thank you for that. I will definitely be using that and crediting you on that, because
that is great.
So true. It's kind of like you were talking about, Mary, the nothing, success doesn't happen overnight. It's kind of like the vision of the iceberg. What people see above the water is only this much compared to the vast amount of blood, sweat, and tears that it takes to peak above that. So
yeah, absolutely. I mean, this looks all pretty behind me. You should see in front what it looks like. I was showing Amy right before, like I took my camera. I'm like, here's what's going on over here. We've got to redo the office.
Well,
Well,
and I did the same. I have an elliptical back here. I have,
this is
just total disclosure there. It's a
this is
stage.
Brittany.
Hey,
Brittany's making
Brittany.
her debut on my live show. We rescued her, and so she has to be right by me. So I'm not apologizing. She's a cute addition. I mean, she's
Yeah.
adorable. So we talked about, doing anything worth takes time. The recent master class, the first one that I put on, took me 3 months to put that thing together. It was hard, but I learned so much, and I'm capable of doing more than I ever thought. Behind the scenes, under the filters. Thank you, Lisa, for typing that in. Awesome. So let's talk about why visuals matter, because when we met on Zoom, you showed me what you do, and I was like, what? I need that. Now I haven't gotten it yet, but I know that I'll be buying something from you, and you can figure out what I need, because here's my space. But I like your background, how clean it is. I have to have pictures around me all the time, right? So my like, that's my mommy, that's my mom, and that's my husband, right? So they're right here in the background. And then I'm someone who likes these motivational quotes. And this one, if I can point, that one was hand painted by a colleague. So I like to have that kind of stuff, but I love how clean yours looks.
So thank you. And I do too. I have pictures of my parents and nieces and nephews and godchildren and past four-legged children and all those things. But that's what I get to see. It's not necessarily
it's in front of you.
Audience sees, because as much as what our audience sees, it's important to what we see. So you have to almost set the two stages, and understanding like what people can see in a screen. You know what? Your customers aren't flat, boring cutouts, and neither should your marketing.
I love that.
And I love those quotes too. And Brene Brown, and some of the most bravest thing you can do is show up. And that's a huge part of everything that I do and work with my clients, because it all comes down to the human psychology of things. And, that is a really key aspect in the thought process and understanding why visuals matter. And the honest to God truth is the fact that visuals improve our learning by 400%. If you think about the human brain, our human brain is dedicated, 50% of our brain is dedicated strictly to visuals, which means that visuals are processed 60,000 times faster than text. So when we think about that, in the fact that humans are visual first and we're verbal second, that is a huge aspect when it comes to our visuals and understanding the rule of thirds. So understanding that our human eye moves in that direction. So I oftentimes sit off to one side or the other. I'm not always in the center of my screen. And it's because I understand how the human eye moves and what keeps it moving and keeps it inspired enough to stay
engaged, inspired, energized.
Absolutely.
Some of my favorite words.
Yeah.
So Chris is here. 400% is a lot.
It is a lot. But it's true. Think about it. When we, even though we're great, some of us are really great listeners, we listen with our eyes first and foremost, and it becomes this translation. It's like photography.
I love it.
Yeah.
So I put some of the pro tips. Your customers aren't flat, boring cutouts. Wait, they moved. And your marketing shouldn't be flat and boring. I love that. Martin said, visuals, communications, much more than we are consciously aware of. They also speak to the subconscious. 100% correct, Martin.
Without a doubt. So speaking of the subconscious, so when people throw up the fake Zoom backgrounds, well, first if you don't have 100% true green screen, you look like a really bad Photoshop job. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm just going to give it to you real. And, secondly, subconsciously, that's telling your audience that you're hiding something.
Yeah. And you and I are big proponents on this. So when I teach on LinkedIn and train, I have a slide and people are like, huh? Because it's a picture of me and it's from social media marketing world. And I'm like, my pose is like this. And I have it twice. And I said, me online, me offline. I am the same person online and offline because first, it's way too hard to be two different people. I don't know how people do that. So this is what you get online, and you get this when you work with me or if you're my friend or my family. I'm the same. I talk with my hands. I move a lot. I like colors. This is who I am online and offline. Yep. And I feel that in business nowadays, now like more than ever, right? More than ever, people are craving relatable products and services, authenticity. They want vulnerability. They just want the real person. Take the glass and the pretty, take all that away. Just talk to me. Tell me who you are, what you like to do. Tell me what sets you apart from other people. So I feel like now really more than ever because of the pandemic that people just want to talk and work with real people.
Absolutely. And we have been given this great opportunity to showcase and show a little bit more of our personality and our behind the scenes. So sometimes I don't have my awards up here, and sometimes I have a really fun purse because I love fashion. And Lisa and Kimbra and Chris and Martin, you and I have talked a couple times. You guys know that this is what you get whether you see me here or in person. So it is one of those things, but but I also believe in my power of confidence and how to build it and put it into my daily life.
I love it. So we have a question. Lisa said, whoa, our eyes move in the rule of thirds. Help me understand that. I hear that from photographers, yet I don't understand that. So could you touch on that?
Absolutely. So I even have a graphic. So rule of thirds is if you are looking, I'm trying to get that here. So if you're looking at this, our eyes move where these dots are. Okay. So when I am, for instance, sitting here and I'm directly in the center of my screen, I have set my stage that your eyes just gradually, you don't get stuck. Your eyes just keep on moving. So it becomes very natural for you to look at the staging that I've set. It's the same as if I move off to the side one way or the other and actually create and set myself in the rule of thirds. So does that answer your question, Lisa?
I love it. It helped me understand it better, the rule of thirds. I'm going to need I want one of those little circle rule of thirds. That is a cool, can we take a picture of that? And I would love, because we do pro tip series after each one. So I'm going to ask that maybe you send a photo of that to me and we'll use that in the pro tip, because I think that is a really great tip. So Martin said things have changed dramatically and it's about being real and not perfect anymore. I love that point. Well, Martin, I'm glad that you like that because perfection doesn't exist. Okay. Throw perfect. I've got a client. So I work with clients on LinkedIn, right? We do a great job optimizing their profile, make a list of their strategic connections, referral partners. How do we outreach to people? How do we engage? How much engagement should we be doing? And then content. And when we get to the content part, most of my clients overthink it and they're looking for perfect. And what happens is they don't post. And I'm like, throw perfection out the door. As a matter of fact, it's not about, you want it to be, you want your post to be understandable and you want to convey the message, but I'm not looking for perfect. And if you have a typo or a period in the wrong place, you just hit that edit button and go back and fix it. And it just makes you more real. I'm not saying go out there and make typos, This girl right here does it because I'm a little dyslexic and things just look differently in my brain than what they are on when I'm typing them.
You know,
Even, but I'm just saying, like, perfection doesn't exist, and is the faster that you can learn that perfection doesn't exist, and that is not what you should be striving for, the farther you're going to go in your business, the quicker.
absolutely. So I believe my husband uses this phrase a lot, because we're both recovering perfectionists, and I believe it's from the University of Eau Claire. If he can correct me if I'm wrong, but perfection doesn't exist, but excellence is obtainable.
There you go. I love it. I love that. So Kimber said progress over perfection.
Yeah.
I may like, done is better than perfect.
Hmm.
Get it done. There is
Every
no such
time.
thing as perfection. Just get it done, folks.
Every time. I also say that with people getting ready to, new entrepreneurs or people getting ready to release something, talk about it, start that excitement, even when you're not fully ready to release it. Syndrome. That's good, Martin.
I love it. I love it. You guys are funny. You're cracking me up. Thank you for the morning humor where I'm at. It's morning time. Yeah, so just get it done. So we talked about anything worth doing takes time. And if you think something's going to take you 30 days, I'm going to suggest that you pad it with another 2 weeks. Okay. So that's my suggestion. I have a friend right now. She's launched her business. I kind of gave her that just get it done thing last night. Like, no, you're wasting your time. Well, what's the perfect time to post? There's not a perfect time. First off, you've got to be online for 6 months so you can analyze it to figure out what is a better time for you to post. There is no perfect time. So throw that out the door. So stop looking for perfection. It does take time to get things done. Visuals do matter. The power of the eyes looking third. So I love that. I can't wait to put that out. Building your power of confidence. Confidence comes through, and I wanted to speak to this. So I know a lot of keynote speakers. And I had a conversation with a coach yesterday. She was asking if I wanted to be a keynote speaker. And I said, I used to. I'm not sure I do anymore. I'm not sure. I'm not saying yes. I'm not saying no. I see those keynote speakers. They practice their talk for months. Like a keynote speaker, that's a big deal. At like social media conferences, international conferences. That takes practice. They are not perfect. If you see a keynote speaker and you're like, man, they nailed it. Yeah, they nailed it because they've been working on it for 3 months and they've given that talk 8 times. Hey, so my girl Shelly just joined. I'm working on that progress over perfection. I did release a post on my website launch this morning. That's my girl. I'm so proud of you. Get it done. Girl, there is no such thing as perfection. Move forward every day in your business and your life.
But you can give it your all.
Yeah, I'm not saying to throw crap out there. I'm just saying you get stuck in analysis paralysis and, oh my gosh, this person did it this way and that person did it that way. I was like that at the beginning, but I've gotten over that. It's better to get it done and move forward. So
there you go, Chris.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, he put this up. Yeah.
Yes.
Gotcha. Well, thank you everyone for joining us. Our last thing, building your power of confidence, practice, 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 and wear something you feel great in. Yeah. Whether it's a jean jacket, a great necklace, there's like some tricks that you can do. For women, is there a piece of jewelry that makes you feel like a rock star?
Is there a pair of shoes? Even if you don't want to wear those 4-inch heels, you can have them under your desk, or better yet, have them in your sight of view. But first, last thing I want to leave people with is go visit Amy Cuddy's YouTube talk on body languages and how you can change the perception of yourself and gain confidence in 2 minutes by standing in a power pose.
Oh, power poses. My girl Stephanie Liu does that. Can you, after the show or now, can you drop that link in? Can you find that for our viewers and drop that? And Martin says, it's raining gems here. That's right. Amy is on fire this morning. We are here to get you pumped up, ready to take whatever project you are working on that you're facing. Amy and I are here to tell you, just get it done. Go work on it. Don't look for perfection. Strive for excellence. Martin says, thank you, Queen Rock Stars. Aw. And then there's one more tip that we added. And it's really more of an encouragement. And it's about giving back all the time, not just when someone's asking, not when you see a fundraiser. I want to encourage every business owner that is watching right now to, if you've already started your business, I'm wondering, do you have a give back component? If you're just starting your business, in your business plan, what is your give back component? You can give back in 3 ways: time, talents, and treasures. Your time, right? So you can give your time, you can mentor someone, help them figure out a problem. Your talent, so I do pro bono speaking, but it's only for specific groups now. And your treasures, which is your money. So set up your business that either you're going to teach 1 free class a month, or you're going to mentor a new entrepreneur, or you're going to mentor someone on a health journey, or you're going to give back. And if you're just starting off, maybe it's $20 a month to your favorite foundation. Maybe it's 1% of your sales, and maybe your goal is to grow that into 3%. You know, my goal is always to give back. And I know, Amy, who do you volunteer with? Because you're a big give back person as well.
Yeah, I do a couple of them, but I think what you are speaking of is Lewy Body Dementia Association.
Yes.
You know, my mother passed of Lewy body. I founded the caregiver support group here in the Chippewa Valley, and 11 years ago, and we still are going strong. So, and I, of course, speak on it. I never ask for any money. If people want to make a donation, I ask them to make it directly to the Lewy Body Dementia Association. And yeah, it's all about giving back. It's all about in whatever way, shape, or form that is. And you don't always have to stick to just one type of.
Right.
You know, I belong to 100 Women Who Care. Which that could just be a whole nother conversation, but actually we're over 100 women. We meet 4 times a year, once a quarter. 3 nonprofits from our area have 5 minutes to present to us. And by the end, we all vote. The winner, we all write a check for $100 to them. So you can do the math on that. So
that is amazing.
It's pretty incredible. And I have chills just talking about it. So
I love it. Well, this has been such a great conversation, and hopefully we inspired and educated, entertained, and energized everyone today. We'll drop some more links in, you guys. Amy will get those links and put them in. And what else did I want to say? Amy, I want you to tell people where they can find you. How do you want them to connect with you? What is your favorite platform?
Oh gosh, you can connect with me on LinkedIn, probably one of the best ways, or Facebook. My company is Mood Modular. It looks like mud, but there are these great umlauts above the U. So it's actually mudmodular.com. You can certainly go there, check out all of our goodies and great additional tidbits, and connect with me there. But pretty much any social media, it's either Amy Loken or Mood Modular.
I love it. Yeah, I thought it was mud because I'm not an English person. And
well, that's a whole other fun part, is my dad was Austrian German descent, so it was a little bit of a nod to him. So.
Well, thank you everyone for tuning in. Amy and I promise to go back and answer any questions. So if you're watching the replay, do #replay. Let us know. If you have a question, just type in Q and then write your question in, because Amy and I will go back and engage and answer questions. And I'll put my StreamYard link. Amy will put, the power pose thing in, and we will just, continue to engage with you. And then you guys, I got to give a big shout out, shout out to myself, because this is stream 1 of 2 today. Please join me at 5 p.m. for 15 minutes of fame. That's me. Every Wednesday at 5 o'clock, I jump on and do a live with a LinkedIn tip, business development tip, or I'm reviewing a program or app that I'm using. So I'll be going live tonight at 5 p.m. on all of these Rockstar channels. So please join me then. And also, if you're interested, if it's time for you to level up your LinkedIn game, please reach out to me. Let's see where you're at and where I can take you to in record time. Let's get you ready to get known, be found, and get clients. Okay, you guys, it has been so much fun. We are going to leave with a little video. We'll see you on the flip side.
Thanks, Mary. Thanks, everyone.